another video, and this video is going to be a baking video. I have all the ingredients laid out, and it's honestly not a lot of ingredients, which is good since we're in quarantine and a lot of people aren't really going to stores a lot now. So, I have my dad's phone so I can get the recipe. Let me find it again. So, click to see full recipe. So, this is the recipe that I'm using. You guys can't really see it, kind of, but the recipe calls for 2 cups of flour, 1 teaspoon of salt,
Let me know what else you need.
So it calls for a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1 cup of a 1/2 cup of softened butter. I didn't have softened butter, so I melted it. I didn't mean to melt it, but I was just trying to soften it, but it melted just a little bit. And then did I get the wrong measuring spoon? Oh gosh. Okay, so now I have 3/4 cup of sugar, and then 2 eggs, which are right here, and then 1 cup of milk, and then 1 teaspoon of vanilla. I don't even know what it's called, but we're not making vanilla cupcakes. We're making lemon cupcakes. Also with lemon frosting. So I don't really know how it's gonna turn out, but it shouldn't be bad, I hope. So we're just going to start. So there's not a lot of room on this counter, but I need to. So I'm gonna pour this in. So I have my 2 cups of all-purpose flour. I'm gonna try to clean up as much as I can while I'm going, which is kind of good because all the things are within that area. So I'm gonna pour this in.
I was gonna get through there.
Now the next thing is a 1/2 teaspoon. Anyways, a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. So there's that. I'm going to put this there. Now come down. And now, next is 2 teaspoons of baking powder. 2 teaspoons of this baking powder. That was way too much. Just a little bit extra. Okay. That did not go as planned. Okay. Okay, now the 1/2 cup of softened butter, which is all right here already. So I'm just going to pour it in, and then now 3/4 cup of butter of sugar. So I don't think I have a 3/4 cup of a 3/4 measuring cup. So I have 1/4, and I'm just going to scoop 3 of them. 1, 2, 3. That's a lot of sugar. Oh well. Here, the sugar is my eggs, which are right here. Make sure you don't get shells in it, and you put the whole egg in there. So you need 2 eggs. So now I'm gonna now is the 1 cup of milk. I don't know how well this part is going to work because for some reason my butter was frozen. So my milk was frozen, but it's like halfway unthawed, but halfway still like frozen. So okay, it looks good. So now I'm gonna pour this in. I need to put this away. Wait. I have to ask my mom if she wants me to put this back in the freezer. So now I'm gonna put this back in the freezer. There's that. Now the 1 teaspoon of vanilla or lemon or whatever flavoring you're using. Wait, I don't want to open that. I think we already have some open. We have a lot of bottles of lemon juice and like 20,000 lemons. Because my parents drink lemon water like every night for some reason. So there's that. And now we need to find the instructions. So okay, I kind of messed up this part, but that's okay. So I'm just going to preheat the oven to 375. Okay. So now I'm going to whisk this up. Okay, this is kind of, it looks right, kind of, but anyways. Wait. Anyways. I need to put some more lemon in there, just a little.
Are you making a video with your dad's phone?
No.
Push pause and take his phone.
So I forgot to mention to wash your hands before, but I just went outside, so I had to wash my hands again. Wait, I can't. That was too much. Okay. Now the batter looks like, I'm trying to hold it super duper tight because I don't know what I would do if it fell in, but that's what the batter looks like. I'm gonna put that right there. And then I'm going to grab this. My baking sheet is very, 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 very dirty. But that's not my fault. But don't mind it. It's just. And then here are my cupcake liners, and I'm going to fill it. So I just have these pink ones, and then the green ones, and then these polka dot ones, which I'm going to put in right now. Dang it, I almost have a perfect amount of the the perfect amount of these cupcake liners, I think they're called. So I'm gonna mix this one more time, and you're supposed to bake them for 18 minutes, so I should be good. And then after about 8 minutes, or about 3 minutes, I don't know. I don't really know how long it's gonna take. But after that, we're going to start making the frosting while it's still baking. So I have this ice cream scoop, and I'm gonna pick this up. So this is probably gonna take a while. So I am going to be back once I fill these, and plus I have to concentrate. And also, I forgot to mention that if you have a rested cupcake pan, I think it's called, it's fine. Just make sure if you spill some of the cupcake batter on this cupcake pan, what is it called? A cupcake liner, cupcake pan, I don't know, but whatever it's called, just make sure you either wipe it up or just don't eat it. So also a tip that I like to use when I'm cooking or making something is that if you make a mess, just clean it up right away so you don't like forget, then you get in trouble or something. And also, if your oven goes off for like, if it's done preheating, oh my. This is gonna be a long day. Oh gosh. Anyways, like I was saying, I need to clean this off. I'm gonna go handle this real quick. Okay, so I'm back. So I cleaned up one of the mini messes I already had. And just don't worry about it going off or anything, because it's not like it's already starting to cook anything. So it will be fine. And also, make sure you're trying to put an even amount of batter in each cupcake liner. But you don't really want to fill them more than halfway, because that's when they're going to be like gigantic. And I mean, some people may like gigantic cupcakes, but it's not really what they're supposed to be like, so it's not really what I'm aiming for with these. So I'm just going to continue. This is, it's going kind of well. The batter and stuff is good, but it keeps getting everywhere. So I'm going to put this. I'm going to get this. I could not talk today. So I'm trying to not really clean up as I go, because you don't just want to like take your time. If you're like, you want to take your time, but if your stove has gone off, try to just pick up the speed a little bit. But yeah, so I'm trying to clean up as I go, but I'm not trying to clean up that much. I hope these come out good. I don't want them to taste bad. I'm just sacrificing my hands for this because I have a bunch of batter on my hands now. Dripping batter. So I just decided that I'm just going to clean it up while I go, or clean it up after. So I will also show you guys how to make the recipe, or not the recipe, but the recipe for the frosting. So after this, if I don't use all of the batter, I'm just going to like wash out the bowl, because my cupcake liners are filled over halfway now, sadly. So my hands. Anyways, this is about the end of the what do you call this stuff? Of the batter. But I'm going to wash my hands and clean this up and then put them in the oven. So now the recipe said to put them in for 18 minutes. So I have this cute little oven mitt. And I'm going, oh gosh, this is too big. There. I'm going to plop these in the oven. And then set a timer on my microwave for 18 minutes. And then while that's going, I'm going to let that bake, and I'm going to clean up. So I like forgot that the recipe called for more milk, and I put the milk back in the freezer, but it's not that yeah. Okay. I put it back in the freezer on accident. It's kind of still workable, but it's still a little bit frozen. So this time, this recipe called for 2 sticks of slightly melted butter, which I have here. Mine is like almost half melted, but I didn't have 2 sticks of butter either, so I just kind of eyeballed it. And 3 teaspoons of milk, and then 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla extract, or whatever flavoring you're using. and 3 cups of powdered sugar. So I'm just going to start with, oh, I got so scared. I thought the cupcakes had went off and I didn't notice. But I'm gonna add 3 cups of this powdered sugar. Okay. That's 2 cups. Now 1 more. That made a mess. Perfect timing. I can take these cupcakes out.
Let me take a picture.
My face. That's hot. Anyways, we're gonna let that cool, and now we're going to put the powdered sugar back in the bag. Put it back in here. Now I'm going to add the butter. And now 3 teaspoons of milk. 1, 2, 3. That was kind of frozen, but not that much. But anyways, it should kind of melt because of the heat of the butter. There's still a little bit of heat. Now 1.5 of your flavoring. Okay. Now we're going to mix it. Wait, I think I'm supposed to whisk it. There's really no difference. It's turning out the same, but Mom, it smells like frosting. Sorry, that just got me excited. That smells like real frosting. That's crazy. I need to save these recipes because this stuff will save a lot of money. Whoa. Okay. I'm going to add just a little bit more of lemon juice so we really have that lemon pop, I guess. It smells like lemons. Anyways, that kind of made it watery. So I'm going to try and add the rest of the powdered sugar that was in there because once I added more of the lemon juice, it kind of made it thicker or more watery. Is that what you call it? Mm-hmm. Watery. That makes a weird noise. Okay. Now I'm going to do a taste test. Wait. That's really good. But I need to mix it around more. Okay, so we're almost done. I have this little, like, icing thing, kind of like a piping bag. Not really a piping bag, but I got it from Walmart. And basically, you put your frosting in, and then you put the top on, and then you apply pressure, and then it comes out. But this tip is more for like cake decorating, which that's not what we're doing. So it came with like multiple different tips. And this one is more of like a cupcake tip. So, also I need to make sure it's even cooked through. So I have this knife because we don't have any toothpicks. So I don't know why I just smelled it, but is this technically clean? Because did they just turn it into like a water park? They have like water slides and stuff out there. Oh well. So you think it's done like this? Okay. So the cupcakes are done, and the frosting is also done. I don't know how it's going to stay on. I'm gonna just do a little test. Okay. Yeah, that is way too watery. Yes, it is leaking out of the side. So I'm going to take some of this and this. And I'm going to put some more in. Where did my spoon go? Oh. Okay, there. Now it's more thick how it's supposed to be. So now I'm just going to run another test. Okay, that is not oozing out or like leaking, kind of. So that is really good. So now I'm gonna clean up, and then I'm gonna wait for my cupcakes to cool down a little bit more, so I'm gonna frost them. So we're having like a whole family like cookout. Not like our whole family is coming over because of course like with the virus going around and stuff, it's not really safe to do that right now. But my mom is grilling outside, and then I'm baking of course, and then my dad is not really cooking today. I don't know. But there's nothing really that needs to be cooked. So, yeah. So I'm just wiping off the counters and just basically cleaning up everything I need. I have a bad habit of leaving the stove, the oven on once I bake for some reason. I don't know why, but it just doesn't slip my mind to turn it off. But basically, I'm just cleaning up everything that I used, except for that stuff. So this is definitely a good, like, frosting to make. Like, definitely if you like lemons, use lemon. Use the recipe for the, frosting and make lemon frosting, because the lemon frosting is like really good. But anyways, also to just get like a little more lemon in there, I added some more some extra Anyways, I added some extra lemon juice. So the frosting's really good. So I'm gonna let that cool down, and I'm going to charge up my phone and kind of start editing. So I'm back, and I got the cupcake out, and I'm going to try it. Why is it 2 of them? I don't know. But anyways, they look good. Okay. Mom, these taste really good.
Dylan went up there and ended up being around the Republic. Was laughing to death.
I like the frosting and the cupcake, but I don't taste as much lemon in the in the cupcake. But it's okay. It's still good.
Nope, strawberry.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the kicker. That's definitely the lemon. Your strawberry lemon is definitely the kicker.
Oh yeah. Otherwise, if I'm ever feeling sick, you know, give me something to drink.
That is really good. So, if you're bored during quarantine and want something to do, you can make those cupcakes. So, that's it for this video.